Well, I was gonna go over highlights of my games, but my Wi-Fi died and I didn't feel like waiting, so I haven't made a video for like a week, so yeah. It was probably time to start something. So yeah. Oh. Hopefully this won't be my last stream before the hurricane comes and murders me and everyone I know. So yeah, but originally I was streaming some, or like commentating over some highlights of my football game. Actually, it wasn't even highlights, I was actually just looking at like the full clips of the games. And then my Wi-Fi decided to die, and now I am here just because I haven't uploaded in a week, and I like to at least upload once a week just to keep a pattern, because I guess YouTube likes a consistent uploads, and keeping a schedule is, I guess, kind of consistent. YouTube probably wants like at least once a day, but I got better things to do. So it will be like once a week for me. So yeah. But so far we've won 3 games out of the 3 we've played. The last one we played was on Friday, and our next one got moved to Wednesday to try to play before the hurricane starts. You know, kidding us. Because I think it's going to hit Wednesday night at the coast as a Category 4. And originally the game was going to be on Friday, but that's going to be like in the midst of the hurricane. And they might still just fully cancel the game depending if it, starts getting crappy beforehand. But I might not be able to make that game just because of the time restraints. Because the game starts at 7, and it's about an hour and a half away. And I have school the next day, and I probably wouldn't get back until, the last game I went to on Friday, it was like the same time with a similar distance, and I didn't get back until about 12 or 11:30. So it's just not really good for a school night, and it's too early in the year just to be skipping days. So I might have to skip on this game, but they might just cancel it altogether. So yeah, it's not a terribly big deal. I mean, even if I do miss it, it's just one game. Still got plenty of games in the season, just started. Got practice tomorrow. And we're also going over film, which I was going over on a stream, but, I'm not lucky enough to actually be able to go through it, because now, after this stream, I have to go and delete that, 2-minute part of the stream, just because it's not worth keeping up on the channel, because it's just going to get cut off, and I wasn't really trying that hard. I just needed to put out a video, because I hadn't uploaded in a week, so I was just kind of thinking something random. I bought a new, one of those new, tripods that have, the arms that you can, wrap around stuff. I found at a thrift store for, $2. So I was kind of why not? Because my other one was a cheap one, and the, one of the legs, broke, so it's kind of useless. And this one isn't as tall, but at least gives me something to prop it up with. And since I can wrap it around stuff, I can kind of prop it up on, a fence or something, But hopefully, my next video will probably be a stream of me going over highlights. So, or that's what I would prefer, is to be able to go over some highlights. Because, or I might just, if worst comes to worst, it might be the end of the season. I might just compile all the highlights instead of going over like every single game, which might be easier. But I don't know. We will see. Sounds like all the dogs in the neighborhood are going crazy right now. Because our neighbor has like 5 dogs. But they're nice. They are the good boys and girls. But, yeah. So far I've played a lot on like kickoff. I'm listed as a safety. I'm like the only one on the team listed as a safety. But we have a lot of people that, or we have like 2 other people that play safety, but they're just not listed. They think they're listed as corners. Which, I mean, generally corners and free safeties are very similar in like play type or in like body build. Because usually, you know, your corner is of similar size to the wide receiver, because that's kind of who they directly defend. And your free safety is kind of like a corner, but they're a little more versatile because they kind of go after anyone who goes deep. So, or anybody who breaks away from the defense, like the primary defense. So they're a little more versatile than a regular corner, but generally a corner can play free safety without knowing anything else, just because it's such a similar position when it comes to like how they act. Except, you know, usually they're not attacking, because that would be like a strong safety. If you're like attacking, because you're almost like a outside lineman at that point, depending on how they play you. So yeah. So next time I will try to go over the clips from my games, and it will be nice. So see ya. Oh, it's not focused. Bye.